It's my boxing coffee style right here. Y'all ain't ready for this. It's the boxing coffee style. Let's see how steady that hand is. Let's see how steady. Ooh, off the jab. Off the jab. Don't let the jab catch you. Oh. Oh. Off the jab. Hook, jab. Catch the coffee. What it is, it's your boy LB at the Hit Factory. And yes, they done got me into it. I'm into it. Mayweather McGregor. I gotta talk about it. And the whole thing. Not just the fight itself. We gotta talk about the genius. And the true genius of this whole fight, this whole spectacle, whatever you want to call it, goes to Conor McGregor. Because how can a man challenge, ruffle the feathers of the greatest boxer on this planet right now, in our generation, get him to look down from the high place that he's at to where Conor is at? And not saying it's a big, they're looking down on each other or anything. I'm just talking about as far as careers. Conor is good, but his career hasn't matched up to Mayweather's career. So, how do you challenge the man at the top of his sport to look down on you and give you a shot? And this is helping Conor jump the line of all the young lions that are truly in line for a shot at Mayweather. I mean, they trained all their life. They was in the gym looking at the mirrors, hitting the speed bags like, I want Mayweather. I want Mayweather. One day, I'm going to get Mayweather. I'm going to be the one that solves the Mayweather puzzle. And then all of a sudden, Conor McGregor hops, skips, jumps, frog leaps over you to the top spot. So right there, that's problematic within itself. But then we go into the fight itself too. This is almost like a fight of UFC versus boxing, which it shouldn't be a fight of, because UFC implements boxing. It needs boxing to do what it does. Boxing is one part of the chain of fighting. Yes, punching is just one part of the puzzle. You got other things that go into the fight. So Mayweather has the burden of carrying boxing on his back. If by any chance he gets knocked out and loses, boxing loses too. The whole credibility of boxing flies out the window as a martial art. Because how could this happen? So this is what we're talking about here. And I know someone to say Conor has a chance, and he definitely has a puncher's chance. But in the reality of it, he should have no chance. He should have the same chance that Mayweather has of walking into the octagon and beating Conor in there. And I give Mayweather zero chance in the octagon. Even the sharp puncher he is, when he get them leg kicks start after that third one, you start thinking to yourself and you start unraveling. And that's just the leg kicks. We ain't going to talk about the slams on your neck, your head, the chokeouts, the submissions, the whole totality of the game. So I give Conor the same chance that I give Mayweather walking into his sport. And that's just to keep it fair. So in reality, Conor should have no chance. But then Conor plays a smart game. He brings in Paulie Malignaggi, one of my favorites. Now, we all can be students of the game, but Paulie knows some stuff. That's why he's a good commentator at the fights, because he knows his stuff in and out. He knows the game. So how he didn't see the setup is beyond me. And Conor playing the smart game that he is, he brings Paulie to the training camp. Paulie walks into a sparring session. There's a referee. Joe is up in there. One of the top referees in the game is at a sparring match. This never happens to people. We don't have referees at sparring matches. So you got top ref, Conor got cameras, got his family, got everybody there. Dana White's there. And Paulie didn't know the setup. And he goes in there, he gets roughed out. Then he comes out and he tells us a different story, that he was pushed. Didn't look like a push to me. Looked like a good couple of tough, almost robotic shots from Conor. But robotic or not, they were snapping that head back, and that left hand looked vicious. I seen the sweat jump off of Paulie's face when he tried to get in that Mayweather. I guess he was trying to show him how Mayweather would look, and that left hand snapped his neck back, almost broke his neck. Paulie, don't do that again. And then Paulie comes out, tells us a different story. this is problematic for Paulie. Paulie should have just came out and said, you know, I'm behind the desk. I'm out of shape. I got roughed up, because Paulie is not Mayweather. And using Paulie is good, but using Paulie is a setup for Conor. Because if Conor truly wanted to get ready for the greatest fighter, the greatest boxer on this planet, why you ain't go get Errol Spence Jr.? Why you go get Terrence Bud Crawford? Because you know with that would have been a totally different looking type of videotape. They wouldn't release that, because Bud would have toasted him. Why don't you go get Lomachenko? Even Lomachenko. Why did you go get Lomachenko? Even Lomachenko at 135 to your 160 or whatever you are with a tap danced on your face. He went and got Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie's inactive. And now you training for the greatest fighter and you go and get inactive fighters. Mayweather got the top fighters in there he's sparring against, the top C's, the newcomers, 7-0, knocking everything out, and been around the world, beating up everybody. That's who he's sparring with, and that's how you truly get ready. How you going? Who else is kind of sparring partners? Where are the other ones? See how he blasted Paulie? But where are the real ones? Where are the top C boxers up in there? Show us those tapes, but he won't, because this thing is a spectacle. So it's about money. So my thoughts on this whole Mayweather-McGregor, Mayweather should go in there and kick McGregor's ass, and they're both going to go home rich men. Showtime's going to be richer than Richie Rich. Mayweather going to be richer than Richie Rich. He gets to go and beat Marciano's record with a soup can, and that's my thoughts on it. Really, it shouldn't be a competition. And if it is a competition, then, you know, you're going to have young boxers across America throwing out their dreams of being like Mayweather, because it's really unheard of that this man should come in and give Mayweather a problem. I don't think Mayweather could, I don't think Conor could beat Canelo. I think if Conor got in there right now with Canelo, Canelo would eat his food. You know, I think if Conor got in there right now with Pacquiao, Pacquiao would eat his food. You know, even Berto. Put Andre Berto in there against Conor, and Conor is through. And these are just the last couple of fights that Mayweather's fought. So I know it's all good to want to believe and hope that Conor wins, but in reality, he shouldn't win. So there you have it. My thoughts on the Conor-McGregor fight. A lot of rich people getting richer, more money being made, and if I was active, I'd try to be on the undercard, get some of that money myself. It's your boy, live with the coffee, Box Talk.